I wouldn't say I'm offended, but I think it's very inconsiderate of him to have said that we postponed the inauguration of our bureau because he was going out. I mean, the people of Kiang could have gone on with it. When they deferred to me. I had lost my daughter on the 6th of May. I lost my daughter. And this bureau opening was scheduled for the 11th of May. And the Gambians being what we are, and the United Democratic Party membership, with that great deference for me, and being in sympathy and grieving with me, said that, we should postpone this until after the burial of your daughter, and then in fact, your grief would have reduced. And that's very human. But then he really, you can see the level of his maturity, and he knew that I had lost my daughter because he sent a delegation there. Oh. Yeah, of course. He sent Sitting Jai there. So for him to go out and make such a statement just exposes, the level of his maturity. And also...
Is that high or low?
It's low.
Oh.
It's low. That was exposed. Because he knows that, in such a situation, no sane person will really go ahead with such an event, drumming and so forth, when your daughter has not even been buried. Yeah. But see, the Bana party is what made him what he is today. If he'd write UDP as a Bana party, he's forgotten the days when he sits with me the last Sunday of every month in a pipeline over lunch. That Bana party is what made him what he is today. But it doesn't surprise me that, of course, people who are like the Bourbon kings, they never learn anything, they never forget anything. If he only, reflected on his journey from deputy party treasurer to the presidency, he would never call UDP a Bana party. And of course,
the NAR reference.
But let me just, because you said that I hear that he's paying tribute to somebody, Sekou Barrow, who had built this... the
NBR Bureau.
The NBR Bureau, I don't know. But you see, in 2017, there are suggestions for UDP bureaus to be built. You're going to find funding for it. I said, fine. But I want to know the source of the funding. Because I don't want to get my party involved with people who are involved in illicit activities, probably cleaning their money, or doing things to find favors with the government. And I said, well, I certainly want to know those who will be funding the construction of these bureaus. And I was never told. But nonetheless, the UDP decided that it will go on erecting bureaus. In fact, a few years ago, we started building our main bureau in Soma. It's a story building. And this is funded by the ordinary members of the United Democratic Party. No businessman has put a dime in that building. All our bureaus, no businessman has put a dime in any of those things. We know that business people invest in political parties, and they do so with the hope of reaping the benefits of their investment. They are looking for contracts, for other favors, for being accredited as ambassadors at large, for being accredited as goodwill ambassadors. With that document, together with a diplomatic passport, you go about doing your own business, sometimes really getting privileges in other countries. that ordinarily you wouldn't have had. And they are mainly business people who are given this kind of accreditations. So we are happy that we are an art shop, but an art shop that is constructed with clean money. An art shop that really is constructed by people whose only intention or whose only reason for investing in that is to ensure that in that art shop, people can sit there and discuss the affairs of this country in a very constructive way and chart the way for this country, chart a better way for this country. Not a luxurious building where people go and sit down and start hatching out deals. How do you destroy Peter Gomez so that you can have his position? No, that is not the luxurious buildings that we want to build. And I tell you that these buildings that have been called state-of-the-art bureaus, you'll see them being misused. And very soon, you will hear quarrels about the misuse of the places because they will not be used for the purpose for which they are. But I think President Adama Barrow should really behave presidential. You know, that NAR thing, that the bureaus will end up being owned by the NAR. Of course, that's direct reference to Talib. I know they already have started calling boy NAR. Oh, yes. In fact, there's a clip, someone in one of their officials in Central River region went there for a football tournament. This gentleman was so pissed off for the absence of the NPP officials. And they were just going, boy Narbi, boy Jelsi Reumi, boy Narbi. So that's reference to Talib. And I think it is demeaning. You shouldn't be making references to persons' racial background. In 21st century Gambia, and then he's a Gambian. Probably more Gambian than Mr. Barrow. Probably. I don't know, but probably. At least we know on his father's lineage, descendants from of the Al-Mami Jawara family, who can be more Gambian than those people. Really? So, if his father or grandfather comes from Morocco, should that really be an issue in this country at this stage?
No, it shouldn't.
And then, of course, what he's trying to put in the minds of the people that, look, UDP leadership is going to this NAR boy. And this is one thing that the NPP is constantly drumming out in the ears of people.
Why would they want to do that? To split the party?
Because they think by doing that way, they can bring in confusion, division within the party, and they will fail. Certainly will fail. But what I just want to say is that, Mr. President, I think you should really be mindful of your utterances. That when you go out, know that you are not your Adama Barrow, the real estate agent yesterday, the rent collector of yesterday. You are Adama Barrow, President of the Republic of the Gambia. And whatever you say, whether jokes or whatever, should be inspiring. Young people. So really, when you say that, young people say, oh yes, look, I really want to be like Adama Barrow. Can you see what he's saying? But you don't make a statement and then, some primary reporter said, hey, Mr. President, we don't expect this of you. Let me tell you that, we found the statement so puerile.
Childish.
So I didn't think that I should respond to it. We live with people of the same, not even, Talib shouldn't even have responded to that. I would have left some other person lower than Talib in the rank for a party to respond to that. Yes, because if you as president, you reach yourself to that level, we get somebody much lower than Talib.
Haji Suwane would have loved to respond.
Yeah, Haji Suwane, but Haji Suwane would have loved to respond to it, but I wouldn't even ask Haji Suwane to respond to it. I would have asked somebody like Karamanjai just to do that. Because if you reduce yourself to that level, we bring people, of that level to you.